Okay, so a couple things I wanted to point out. This is my newsletter. It's ellegriffin.substack.com. I have the only way I was able to come up with a weekly newsletter, because that's kind of exhausting for me to write a weekly newsletter every week in addition to writing fiction chapters. So I do a newsletter every other week, and on the other weeks I interview other authors who have successfully serialized their fiction novels so that I can learn from them. So I've got, as a section up here, here's my newsletter. This is free for all my subscribers. I have the interviews, which are free for all subscribers. And then I have my books. So you can see Obscurity, a Gothic novel, coming September 2021. And my next book is Oblivion, coming September 2022. So those books will eventually appear in here, but I like to have them there anyway so people know what's coming. The sections feature is also really, really helpful, because some of the fiction novels I'm following on Substack don't have the sections, and I do find them more challenging to read, because if you want to go back and read it in sequential order, like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and it's all mixed in with their newsletter and other things that they're writing about, it's just so complicated. Perfect. So it can be difficult. Like here's another example. I had the links. Rachel is in here somewhere. She writes this, it's a soap opera, so she has it split into seasons, which makes this so easy. You can follow season 1 and see it's all just in order. It's so much neater. It's so awesome. So I think the sections feature is really, really helpful. We also have this recommended links thing, which Bailey, I actually wanted to ask you about, because some people seems like they don't have access to this in their dashboard. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's interesting. I think that they should. There might be some issues with different themes and customizations. But if you want to email us, if you're having issues with that, we'll get to the bottom of it. The short end of the stick is introducing sections and homepage links made some complexity to the design. And so there might be some aberrant behaviors going on, and please feel free to email us about that and we'll get our engineers on it.
Cool. Yeah, so I use the sections to split up the books, and then also separate my books from my newsletter. And then I also use the recommended links section to, link to the Twitter, to my Discord, to the 3 newsletters everybody really likes to read on my Substack. And then I list a bunch of my favorite Substack fiction writers who are currently serializing on Substack. And I think a lot of them are in here too on their chat if they want to share their links. The other thing I wanted to show was the welcome email. So this is really important, because with fiction, say somebody does come in right in the middle and you're already on chapter 15, then if they just subscribe, the first thing they're going to get is the welcome email. And Rachel at the links did this really awesome. So here's her welcome email. She can read the latest episodes, so that takes you to the section, or you can start at the beginning, and those links are right there. What's then really helpful is you're going to have to do this for every post. So here is season 1, episode 2 of Rachel's. And you can see she put read previous episode at the top, and then at the bottom, there's read next episode. And she does this all in advance. So when her newsletters go out, it'll say read next episode, and you won't be able to click it when you get the email, because the next episode doesn't come out for another couple days. But in a couple days, it'll be clickable, and it's better to have that in the email from the get-go, so that if somebody does stumble across just the email version, they can go to the next episode when they're needed. And how Rachel does this is really easy. She does the URL the same for every issue, so it's just S1-EP3. So she knows what the URL is going to be of each next post as she's putting it out, which makes it super easy to do these buttons. And here, The Very Modern Vampire, his novel, Sasha's novel, he does this very well too. He doesn't use buttons, but he just puts it at the top. And what I like about how he does it is he gives a little bit of like a reminder of what happened in the last episode, since it's now been a week since you read it. So last week, our hero is introduced and receives an invitation to this lecture. And you're like, okay, I remember where I am. And then when you get to the bottom, these chapters are a little bit longer. Next week on The Very Modern Vampire, and we get this kind of preview, this like intrigue into the next chapter. So we're excited to read next week, and you can click on that immediately. So if you are starting in the middle, you get the welcome email. It says, start right here, here's chapter 1, and you can go to that. And then you'll automatically be able to follow the train all the way through. Seasons is another novel, science fiction novel, and this one's interesting because what this writer does is puts an overview of seasons pinned at the top. So this acts as an index, so you can see part 1, part 2, part 2. So he's got this little index, which is also helpful if you want to include that in your welcome email to be like, are you lost? You can just go find this page if you want. The last thing I wanted to mention on tips and tricks is the subscribe options. So here's Sasha's newsletter. I really like his example because what he does is he actually lets you, the whole thing is free. You don't have to pay to subscribe, but you do have to pay to comment. And then you also get extra features if you subscribe. So for example, if you're free, you get the chapters, but if you subscribe, you'll also get this free ebook upon the completion. And if you want to get the founding member for $150 a year, you also get a signed limited edition print copy on the completion of the book. So adding value in those kind of ways is helpful, I think, if you're, I'm going to actually have several pricing tiers and try to add value with each one. Like some of the things that I want to offer are like, if you want to be mentioned in the acknowledgement section of my book, if you want to write the foreword for my book, if you want to attend my wrap party at the end, those are all options that I can add to the program. Another option is Discord. So if I show you my Discord, can you see this? My Discord? It's a different window. Okay.
Yeah, not right now.
Here, let me change it. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Substack Writers Unite Discord. You can see here's what we were just talking about, Jeff sharing what worked for him with this Twitch thing. But you can not only have Discord for communities, but you can also have a Discord server completely just for you and your book, which I have right here, which is not live until September. But that will eventually be my personal Discord server for only those paying subscribers. This guy, here's Zogarth. He's got one, and this is just for his book. So this is He Who Fights with, or no, is this? Nope, this is Shirtaloon's book, sorry. So he writes this book, He Who Fights with Monsters, and those who are following it can join his Discord server, and there's even secret channels I don't have access to because those are only for people that are paying higher tiers and stuff like that. So that's it.